Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Tales from the Rails. Episode 59. Irony. The fire station is an essential part of the island of Sodor. Old number 36 fire truck was retiring soon, and the fire station was going to throw a celebration. The firemen had fond memories with number 36, dating all the way back to when Thomas and Percy helped save the workman's hut. On one of its last days, Harvey came to the fire station and asked one of the firemen nearby, "Why are you retiring number 36? It's proven it's so useful." "Well, with the search and rescue team and Flynn and Bell, there's really no need for number 36, as he really just sits in this shed now." "Oh," said Harvey, "what a shame. What about the fire station? What's the point of having a fire station without a fire truck?" "Well," said another fireman, "we're thinking about making this the home of Flynn the fire engine." "What do you think, Harvey?" "But he's at the search and rescue center. What's the point of him traveling all the way out here?" "I suppose you're right, but old number 36 here hasn't run in a long time. We're not even sure if his hose is in check." "Well, maybe there will be an occasion when old number 36 is needed. Goodbye now. Good luck." And Harvey puffed away cheerfully. "It is a shame that times are changing," said one of the firemen to another. "That's right. We have had some good memories with you, number 36, and it's sad to see you go." On its final day, the firemen decided to get up early and to have number 36 run on its final day. They oiled it, painted it, and waxed it, making sure it looked nice for its final day. But before the firemen could start number 36, they realized something. It's low on fuel. How could that be? "Oh well, we'll have to find some and get some before the ceremony." When Sir Topham Hatt was informed about this, he sent Edward to take the fuel. But then there was trouble. "You're low on coal, Edward. We shall have to go refill." Edward scampered into the yards to collect some more coal. When Edward was being filled up with coal, his driver realized something. "Why, Edward, this must be your lucky day, as the hopper is now empty after your fill-up." "That's strange. I thought they just refilled that." "Oh well, come on, Edward, let's get going." And Edward and the fuel cars went towards the fire station. Just after Edward left, Emily puffed in with some empty, troublesome trucks. The yard manager walked up. "Thank you, Emily, for collecting this bad coal. I don't know what happened with this order, but they must take it back immediately." Emily was filling up her trucks when she realized the hopper was empty. Yard manager, has anybody filled up on coal recently? I was overfilled with the last load, so I had to take it away, and I knew there was still some left in the hopper, but now it's empty." "Oh no, someone must have taken the bad coal." When Edward arrived at the fire station, sparks flew from his funnel, and he was out of breath. Here's the fuel, fireman." "Oh, Edward, you don't look good at all. What's wrong?" "I think I have a bad load of coal from Knapford." "Well, keep it away from the fuel. If there's a leak in one of those tankers, there might be a fire." I guess the experts would know." "Thank you, I will." They soon filled number 36. Little did they know, fuel was leaking from the tank of the fire truck. It had been out of date for a while, and was in need of a checkup. The firemen took off the hose from the truck as it was unneeded, and some extra weight. With that, they started the engine with a roar, taking a few tries, of course, and then set off for a little drive. But Edward was still at the station. "Come on, Edward, let's go fill up with some better coal." And Edward let a huge wee shout. Sparks went everywhere, and Edward left the fire station. But the sparks caught the fuel, and suddenly a small fire began to rise. When the firemen returned from their test drive, the fire station was ablaze. "Quickly, call the search and rescue center." But the slow, small flame had grown vastly, and now the whole station was on fire. "There's nothing we can do. The hose is inside." Flynn and Bell were soon on their way to the rescue. But when they arrived, the fire station was burned to ashes. "Oh dear, we're too late." What is the irony of a fire station catching fire? "Well, there goes our home," said the fireman. "We don't have the funds to rebuild this fire station." The firemen gazed blankly at the place that should have been a jubilous festival, but instead was a disaster. The rescue team determined that the cause of the fire was an open flame, caused by fuel. Edward knew this had to be because of his sparks from his funnel, so he apologized to the firemen. Don't blame yourself, Edward. It's quite alright. It's our fault, really. We should have checked the truck before taking it out. That explains the low fuel ignition, and that's why we had to refill it. Where will you sleep? There's nowhere for you to stay. That's our next problem, Edward. We don't know. And we're not even sure if we can rebuild the fire station. Maybe we can make funds for it, like an event or something, said Edward hopefully. That's a brilliant idea, Edward. Now that has brightened my spirits. Thank you very much. We will inform the Fat Controller right away. The firemen soon talked with Sir Topham Hatt. That is quite a brilliant idea, but what event could raise the funds that you need? Then they overheard something. Gordon, look how fast I can shunt these. I could be in the shunting race for the Great Railway Show. No, little Philip. The shunting race isn't even the most important part of the Great Railway Show. It's always the test of speed. That's it, said the fireman. We shall have our own Great Railway Show here on the island of Sodor. Now that is a fundraiser. I shall alert my engines right away. The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt called many engines to Knapford Yards. Now then, I have called you all here to tell you of the news of the fire station. I know we were all dismayed by the tragedy there, but there has been an idea that has come about by one of the firemen. And that idea is to raise funds to rebuild the fire station. He paused impressively. The engines grew excited. And so I am proud to announce we will be having our own Sudrian Railway Show. The yards was overjoyed. Whistles were heard from all over the island. The events that will occur during this amazing fundraiser are as follows. A race between Gordon and Spencer around the island. A competitive race only to determine who is the fastest engine on the island of Sodor. That's an obvious one, pointed out Gordon. Next is the shunting race happening here in Knapford Yards, which we will be seeing who is the fastest shunter. Will it be little Philip or all the way up to Percy? And the next event is the strongest engine award, which will compete of who can pull the most trucks in a certain distance. And the last event is none other than the best dressed engine event. This fundraiser will take place in a week. We shall prepare in the oncoming days. Best of luck to you all, and may the best engine win. The island had never seen such excitement.